What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Tell the left side here, we have Dragonlink going up against Eldlich. This is not a deck that you see every time in the format, but we have now the Floodgates being hit. This is like the Floodgate deck. You could play Labyrinth instead, but this is like kind of those Floodgate that's sticky. A little bit. We did see that the new rank 10 got announced, that Baron type card. So, Alex took and said, I'll take this deck for a spin and see how we can do. Unfortunately, our playing against Bestials in the form of a Dragonlink deck, which is not going to be very good. But we do see the Eldlich deck choosing to go first here with a copy of Pod Duality right off the bat. We're going to see a double copies of Torrential Tribute and then obviously a copy of Dogmatic of Punishment being chosen there. Torrential Tribute not being always the best when your opponent expects it here. We're going to be able to set 4 cards here in passing turn with just an Eldlich in the hand. I don't think it was only on 2 of them there. We're going to start off with a copy of Lubellion on the opponent's side, getting to search for that copy of the Bestial, a Magnemite here, which can essentially have 2 copies of Bestials. Very difficult to play when you're going to be having no Golden Lords. But we see that copy of Storonir, banish that copy of Lubellion, and a Noctovision Dragon in the hand going to be activated as well. This is interesting to see. And then we do hit them with a copy of the Daruma Cannon, flipping everything face down. Now, these cards are great. We see it in the Labyrinth deck as well, being able to flip those cards face down. We do see the Haquero as well as the copy of Conquistador being summoned. 2 level 5s, we also could see them overlay perhaps for a copy of the Satellar Knight guy that can bounce. They are thinking. We could also link them away for a copy of Link Spider there, and then they're thinking. We could go for, I've always completely forgot about Chaos Angel as well here. Banishing that copy of the Sorenir. And they do it activate or attack into the copy of Noctovision Dragon, and I believe that we do get a draw off it, but I could be mistaken. We're going to see how Haquero going to be setting the copy of the Sanguine here, which is quite nice. And we have a big body on the field as well, which is going to be kind of problematic if we can't beat into it. We see a copy of Magnemite being able to banish that copy of Noctovision, summon itself out, activating the effect, being able to search for any dragon in the end phase, which can be quite nice here. Being able to search for maybe a Safer, being able to search for a Black Metal as well. Going to be able to normal summon it with that Rocket. Being able to search for the Rocket card, and then also being able to search for that Black Metal Dragon, which can then bring back a monster from the graveyard, being perhaps that copy of the Magnemite even. We're going to see a normal summon of a Black Metal, and do we have a response for this? They're thinking if they want a punishment target, and we do read. Do we have an Entis? We're going to link away for a Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon is going to activate its effects alongside the copy of the Black Metal. Searching for that boot and the Meteor Dragon. So maybe already having that Black Metal Dragon in the hand, or the other one. We're going to be then activating the effect of the Meteor, sending the copy of Driver. Once we have multiple bodies on the field, we are at an advantage here. You want to make sure that we have multiple bodies on the field, especially if we get into a Borland. We know that there's a punishment set. They're going to link away into Romulus most likely, which is going to be able to search for that copy of the Dragon Ravine. And now we have access to essentially Absolutor by discarding a copy of the Nibiru, which we definitely are not going to be needing. But that's kind of the advantage of when you're playing a trap or a stun deck like this. We also see Runic being quite popular as well because of the same reason. A lot of the times our opponent is not going to be doing things very often that are going to be like mega problematic. Like they have normally like 2 Cosmics, 3 Cosmics, and like a Duster in their side deck. And other than that, not really much to combat those floodgates or those back rows. So being able to set multiple back rows definitely hurts a lot. And they do go for the Sanguine alongside the Conch. But we do have the Ash Blossom to stop that, making it so that we cannot summon out that copy of Eldlich to get that additional pop. Essentially just bringing out those bodies onto the field. And we still have that Eldlich in the hand, you know, being kind of sticky. But we're going to be sending a copy of, I'm assuming, Absa Rider, which can then search for a copy of Rocket Tracer. And once we link away for a different monster here, our opponent's going to have more monsters just so we can specimen from the hand with that copy of the boot. Then go for the copy of Black Metal by banishing that copy of the Magnemite here. And then do we stop it on this? Surely we play Entis, right? We're going to see a punishment target. Sending the Entis, getting rid of both the targets here, and just being able to pop that Black Metal. And now they have essentially nothing else other than the boot, which can go into the Tracer. And do they just pass on this? They do, okay. We see a Solemn Strike in the hand. And just a Veiler as well. They're going to set one. And they're going to go Sanguine, going to be able to set an additional card. Being that copy of Conch once again. Attacking for the 35 and just passing turn on that. And they have dealt significantly deals of damage, but will we have enough? We're going to be seeing the Dragon Ravine activate, sending the copy of the Veiler, and then we're going to be chaining the Conch and then the copy of Eldlich. So we're just going to be destroying that card without even letting it trigger. We do normally summon a copy of Seifert here, and now it is going to be kind of a free throw here from the Dragon. It's going to be able to activate the effect, searching for a copy of Collapse Serpent. We can then activate the effect of Collapse Serpent, summon itself out, and then we can go into, if we want, we can Seifert search or add back the Lubellion. Lubellion can then search, going for a Pisty. Then we're going to go search for that copy of the white. We banish to summon. But it's like, where are we going with this? Boot can then summon back the Tracer here. And we do have the Tracer effect to pop the boot to go for the copy of the Recharger here. But we have seen now, like with the hit of Baron and then of course Borreled Savage, you know, the deck is quite weak. And we see double seals in the deck now. But like, you don't really have anything else other than Borrel and kind of be unfair. We see them go for the copy of Triple Burst, then going into a copy of the Access Code. Access Code and then Triple Burst will be able to, I guess Triple Burst will be targeted by the Access Code, bringing it up to 53. And do we have a face down card too? We're going to see it attack over the copy of the Chaos Angel here. They're going to activate the effect. That's going to get hit with a copy. Or yeah, we can't activate it in response. That's so unfortunate there from the strike. But we are on 0 cards here. We can start popping stuff with Access Code. Popping the Trap. And just pass a turn on that. And we do draw into a copy of a Draw 2. Maybe some good cards have been hit. We see a copy of a Monster and then a Rivalry. We're going to see the Eldlich sending that copy of Access Code, and then they're going to be able to just go for a game with this. That is pretty nice. I forgot that we had that effect, to be honest, of the Eldlich there. So we see Eldlich taking game 1. Very, very much unexpected with those Bystials in the deck. I did not think that we would ever see a game where having at least one Bystial and including 2 Bystials there, and we kind of got we could search for the third one as well if we wanted to, but you know, I never thought that I'd see the day where Bystials would lose against Eldlich. But moving on to game 2, we will be seeing like That's something that's really good with the deck Eldlich compared to, let's say, Labyrinth, for example. We saw those cards like the Veiler in the hand. What do you Veiler against Labyrinth? There's not really much that you can Veiler. You can obviously, I guess, in versus Labyrinth, you can obviously Veiler the copies of Ariana, you can Veiler the copies of Lovely and stuff like that. But with Eldlich, none of their cards really activate on the field. They activate in the graveyard, activate in the hand. I mean, even the graveyard effect to add back someone and gain the 1,000 attack is never even activated in the hand at all, or on the field at all. It's all in the graveyard effect. You summon out a zombie from your hand, and then it gains 1,000 attack. So, like, you have the side of those cards, like, a lot of time we see Dusters, Cosmics, like I mentioned earlier, but you have to always keep cards in your deck that is also going to be really bad. Like, for example, versus the Eldlich deck, your Nibs and as well as your Veilers are going to do absolutely nothing. So now you have 6 cards in your deck that are automatically going to be doing nothing here. If you are playing Bells, obviously that's going to be a good addition that you can replace. But a lot of times most people aren't siding Bells as well as the Cosmics and stuff like that. So you kind of get like in a spot where like Eldlich can steal some games when they're just not prepared for it. We do see the Cosmic in the hand of the Dragon Link player here. And I think also we see a copy of Driver as well. But from the Eldlich side, we see a copy of Dimension Shifter being played here. This is crazy. I mean, talk about how to beat Dragon Link. So the reason why they can play Shifter in this deck is because it's not like the copy of Labyrinth where you have to discard your cards and you can play during turn 0. This deck takes a while to start playing. So going second, you can actually just Shifter them, set your cards, and then pass turn. And then you essentially are going first with a draw. So we do have the copy of Gamma there. That's crazy. Stopping that copy of Shifter, that's not what I expected to see at all. And we see a copy of Magnum on that Shifter as well. That is just insane. Just bodying that Shifter there with that copy of Gamma. Now, unfortunately, the Driver was in the hand as well, so we are now down 3 cards. But, are we really going to be playing Dragon Link here, or are we going to be playing something else? So we are not playing the Omega, because obviously you're not going to be using the Gamma as often. But we can go for a copy of the IP, that we can go for the copy of White to summon out the copy, or banishing that Magnemite, which definitely does hurt. But we will be able to search, and then we can link away into the copy of Striker Dragon, which can search for the black as well as the copy of Boot. So we have those cards in the hand, and of course we still have the copy of Cosmic. We're going to be banishing the copy of Driver off that copy of black. Then we can link away into a copy of the Pisty. Pisty being the last of the guard dragons to survive, bringing back that copy of the Magnemite here, putting it back in rotation, which is quite nice. Especially if we can get like a regained on the field, it would be quite beneficial to us as well. We're going to link away into a Romulus, which is going to be able to activate the effect tuning for a copy of the Dragon Ravine here, and we do reveal that Cosmic. Whoopsies. We can then activate the effect discarding the copy of Boots to dump maybe a copy of the App Sorter, which will then search for a copy of Tracer. Now, Boot is no longer in rotation, which is kind of unfortunate, but we can normal summon with the Boot, which we have not activated yet, or normal summon with the copy of Tracer, which we have not done yet, which we can then now go for a copy of the Dissipator here, and now that we have a banish card and our opponent has one as well, it can be a negate as well as a pop, which is quite nice. We're going to be seeing the Dissipator bring back out the copy of the Driver here, and then we can go out into a copy of Triple Burst, using all 4 of those to go into a copy of, or all 3 of those to go into a copy of the Boral End, which is going to be a form of negate, which is quite nice. During the end phase, we're able to search for a copy of Druid Ram, being able to hurt that copy quite decently. Alright, a copy of Eldlich quite decently here. So we start off with a copy of Duality, and that's going to let us draw or pick one of the 3. And we see a Shifter, but it's going to be not very good when we have that copy of Duality in the graveyard. So choosing that copy of Daruma Cannon, trying to make sure that we get rid of that copies of the IP alongside the Boral End here. Now, where we have a set Cosmic, are we just going to try to willingly hit? And we set 5, and we pass here. We're going to be Jurisforming on a copy of the Triple Burst to summon itself out. And then we're going to be activating the SP or IP to go into an SP. We're going to be banishing the copy of Daruma Cannon here. That is insane. Hitting that copy of Daruma Cannon just kind of seals the deal. Not even having to try to hit another copy with Cosmic. But we do chain Cosmic to this in the end phase, trying to see what we can hit. And we hit a copy of Skill Drain. That is insane. Hitting those Floodgates and the Daruma Cannon there. We see a little throw up in the hands like, woo! Which I would feel the same way. That's crazy. I wonder what those 3 sets are. We know we are 2 sets down. We normal summon a Black Metal Dragon, and this is going to be 100% our game. We have the Dogmatic of Punishment, which is going to be doing a little bit of damage here. We can send in the Entis if we want to pop 2 cards. But we can also chain the SP as well to be able to protect our stuff. But we see Punishment targeting the copy of Black Metal Dragon. The Borland cannot be destroyed, so they're going to chain SP to that. We chain a copy of Strike, negating that SP, and then we're going to be able to send most likely an Entis. They could send a Garua to draw one, but we're going to see an Entis. It's too bad we don't have like a card that like banishes itself from the graveyard to banish a card in your opponent's graveyard. We're going to be seeing the Entis destroying the copy of Dragon. I mean, we search for the copy of the of whatever his name is, and we just go battle phase attack with the Borland. Then we can just banish, just summon out the copy of the black, and then we can bring out the copy of the Spader. The Spader can bring back out the Borland, and I feel like we should have just attacked now, but maybe they want to guarantee some damage prior to maybe doing some moves to maybe like not die to something. We see Borland going to be negating to summon back out the copy of Tracer. We're going to go away into a copy of the Seals here, and then we're going to flip up a copy of Sanguine to summon out the copy of the Golden Lord himself here. And then we just pass turn on this. They realized they made the IP with SP, so it shouldn't have been destroyed. That is unfortunate there, but I feel like Dragon Link's winning this game anyways. They're going to attempt to go battle phase. They're going to bounce with a Steel, summon a copy of Seifert there. And then, we do have the Eldlich effect in the hand with a trap, but I believe the trap is a Sanguine. In which we can send Borland, but chances are it's going to be negated with that copy of the Spader here. We're going to be banishing the Sanguine to set most likely a copy of Conch. And this is definitely the Dragon Link player's game. Keeping that Eldlich in the hand is not going to do too much for us. We're going to see Despader summon back with the Triple Burst, and we go for an Access Code, and that's just going to be game right there, I believe. It's going to be able to gain triple, and we just scoop it up, yeah. I mean, looking back, SP being on the field, you strike it, it is quite good, but it doesn't get destroyed, it doesn't get negated, which is fine, but I guess you can't even pop it with Entis because it's protected by the SP. By IP, I guess that, it is quite decent, but we do not emit defeat here. We actually just summon out the copy of Conch. Okay, I thought we were going to emit defeat, but they're playing it through. And then, yeah, okay, now they emit defeat. I was going to say, there's no way we're winning this. Why don't we just emit defeat? Yeah, we can't really rewind to where SP, I don't even know. I feel like Dragon Link was definitely playing that game anyways. We are on low cards, but you see there how, Eldlich can survive for quite a bit with just a few cards. Even Sanguine, of course, it's like your big welcome, can be obviously ashed. But having your Conch summon on the field can be quite powerful as well, being able to add back. And then if you even bounce back those copies of Eldlich himself, you can always discard it with another card to send a card to the graveyard, which is quite a way to move around some of those cards we see that cannot be destroyed in the Borland. But moving on to Game 3, we are going to be seeing the Eldlich player choose to go first here, so having the advantage of having to be able to set those traps. We could see another set 5 situation, or you could even see a copy of Extravagance being drawn, and then we can just maybe set 5 as well as having one card in hand. But I can't believe that SP banished alongside that Cosmic banish. That was huge. We're going to be seeing a draw 5 here. And we see a couple monsters in the hand with a normal summon of Inspector Border. Oh no. Setting 4 and passing. I did not expect this. We have returned to Unga Bunga. Inspector Border pass. Okay, we have Recharger in the hand. We have a 1-for-1 and a... Okay. Right off the bat, we're going to send a copy of Garua to draw 1 with that punishment. And we do go for a quick launch here. And they have a way to beat over this. You know, if they go for that copy of the... of this, they can either choose a search with it, or they can choose to activate that Lubellion they have in the hand. Also, they have a Levianeer in the hand as well. But we're going to choose to go for the Meteor Burst to send instead. This is going to actually let us summon with the Levianeer as well, because it's not activated, I believe. It's one of those Chaos cards that just happen. You know, battle phase, and they do have the Drumacan to flip everything face down and send that copy of Striker Dragon, making them survive. We do have Blue Bellion now that the effect is no longer negated. Searching for that copy of Magnemite here. We then Magnemite most likely banish that copy of Driver. Or banishing 3 for that copy of Levianeer. And we are going to be flipping up Skill Drain, making sure that they do not get their cards destroyed. Paying 1,000 life points. This is huge. We can go for the Lubellion. Lubellion can unfortunately not activate its effects, but we do just set 1 card and pass turn on this. Unfortunately, they probably don't play Beast. We see a set 2 and pass. Flip up that copy of Meteor, going into battle phase with that copy of Lubellion. It looks like we don't have anything. They are thinking. Picking up the extra deck. Do we see maybe another form of punishment? We're going to let the Inspector Border die. They're going to take the damage off Meteor. Or flip up a Conch here. To protect themselves. It's going to die, but that's fine. We can then go into a Seals. For a second there, I thought we were going to see a Torrential. We're going to see a Terrors. I did not think we'd see this card. This is a card that's played in the Labyrinth as well. It sends a card to set a card. I think we set the copy of Tracer. But we're going to be going into setting 1 card, and then we're going to go into the effect of Conch to then set a copy of Sanguine here. And we are approaching close to time with the Eldlich player being down on life. We see an Ash in the hand of the Dragonlink player. You probably feel pretty confident with an Ash in hand against a Sanguine. We're going to see the Levianeer being flipped face up. I wonder why they chose Levianeer here to flip it face down. But they're going to declare attack with the Levy. And then they're going to take that. They're going to go for Lubellion. And then we're going to be activating a Sanguine. They're going to hit that with a copy of Ash Blossom. And just pass turn on this. We're going to then go Sanguine once again here. They have summoned out the copy of Lord. And then we're going to be setting a copy of Punishment and just passing turn on that. Yeah, it's going to be a slow game from Eldlich. And when you get close to time, you know you're going to be most likely losing. We're going to be seeing a Dragon Marine activate its effect, sending a copy of the Swordneer from the hand to then dump the copy of the Seyfert. Then we're going to be activating the Swordneer, dumping the Lubellion. We are going to be seeing then the effect of Seyfert, adding back the copy of Levy. Or adding the copy, yeah, Levianeer there. I'm right. We're going to then banish with the Levianeer to summon itself out. And just be able to deal some damage when we turn the Lubellion into attack position. But we do have the Dogmatic of Punishment to stop this here. And we're going to send a copy of Entis to then pop an additional card. That is going to be huge. But approaching time is going to be time is of the essence. We're going to be banishing the copy of Sanguine to set the copy of, I believe that was Haquero. Most likely trying to banish the card from the graveyard. We're going to turn into attack position, attack with the copy of Lord. Activating the Haquero there to banish the copy of Levian, or of the copy of the Lubellion here. We're then going to be chaining Magnemite to the attack to summon out the copy of, to banish the copy of the Inspector Board to summon itself out. But it's going to be quite difficult for them. Do they even want to attack into the copy of Haquero to deal that 600 damage we are going to be seeing them do? And then we can activate the 1-for-1, sending the copy of the Seifert once again in the hand to summon out the copy of the Samsara Dragon here. Just a cool level 1. And we do have a Haquero to pop this. I wonder... They're going to be chaining that to add back. Then we're going to be going for the Seiferts to add the copy of the Lubellion, which can then search for another copy of Druid's Realm. Just one of those bodies that we can just make sure we don't die with. Very important when time is of the essence. We're going to be seeing the Haquero being banished to set a copy of the... we're just going to be banishing a bunch of cards to set. We banished the Haquero as well as the Sanguine to set the copy of Conch and then the Sanguine. We do activate a card of Demise here, drawing multiple cards here. And we do have a Judgment and as well as a copy of the Prison here. We're going to activate Conch, and then we can summon out the copy of the Prison here, dealing a bunch of damage. Then we can activate the effect of the Sanguine to summon out, and then we can overlay for a copy of Pallades. We can go battle phase, and they have the Druid's Realm to banish to summon, and then we can attack with Pallades. They're going to send a copy of Lord. They're going to have another Bestial there attacking into it, and they're going to attack with the Eldlich, and that's just going to be enough for the game there. And we see Eldlich end up taking it just from time here. That is kind of crazy. I did not think I would ever see that from Eldlich in 2024, being able to stop those Bestials that we saw, but being able to deal so much damage is insane in this format. When you play a slow grind game, and we didn't see any cosmics or anything like that being able to destroy that back row, which is kind of unfortunate. But I hope you guys are watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to see more content like this. Stay safe. Peace.